Welcome one, welcome all to the show. Brand new week, brand new day. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Yeah, I'm feeling good too. This is our show, Dish Gods. We're here to dish on pretty much anything and everything. I'm joined as always by my co-host,
Little Bear.
And I'm your host, Cramblin'.
What?
I'm Cramblin'.
Okay. Where did you come up with Cramblin'?
It's just who I am now. I'm Cramblin'.
Okay.
So I think I'm just trying it out. You know,
we'll feel it out for the next hour.
You got a cool nickname. I thought I should get one too. So I'm Cramblin'.
Okay. Well,
my name is also a verb.
To cramble?
Yeah. I'm crambling.
How does one cramble?
It's like a mixture of like rambling and cranberry.
So you ramble about really tart shit?
I don't know.
Or are you really tart or sour about what you're rambling about?
I'm just crambling. I'm here, I'm clear, and I'm crambling.
Got it.
So.
All right. Well, hey, Crambles.
It's crambling. Excuse you.
All right, Crambles.
Excuse you.
Crambling.
It's crambling.
Charles?
No G. Crambling.
All right, Craig. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, so this is our show. We're here to dish on anything and everything. We took a pretty cool detour last week. Took it into space.
Aliens, man.
Talked about aliens. But I want to get back into the core. Cramblin' wants to get back into the core of what the show is. Cramblin' wants to go back to the beginning. And I want to talk about something that's in my heart, something that I'm very concerned about, something that is sort of taking up all of my free time researching.
Oh, no.
So
it sounds serious.
Yeah, it is.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's kind of a long story, but we got to fill time, so I'm going to tell it. The other night, as I want to do, I was jamming out to one of my favorite bands, DaWiggles.
Wait, who?
DaWiggles.
Who are the Wiggles?
The Australian rock band.
Rock band?
Yeah, you know, with the Wiggles, Big Red Car.
Oh, yeah, you're thinking of the children's group. They usually cater to the children range about 3 to 6 years old.
Technically, all bands cater to children. If you look at like 90% of bands, their demographic is in like the 11 to 15 age demographic.
Those are like teens and preteens, and you're talking about toddlers.
Age is but a number. Age ain't but a thing. You know what I mean?
Man.
So anyway, I was rocking out to some Wiggles because they rock. And I was jamming out to...
Were you also in your van with no windows and a lot of candy?
No, that got repoed.
Oh, too bad for you.
Yeah.
Now you just got to hang out at the park.
No more Sunday fun days. Yeah, so I was jamming out to some Wiggles, and their song Captain's Magic Buttons came on. Classic. Timeless tune.
Oh, I'm sure.
And in it, they talk about Captain's Magic Buttons, and he has half a dozen. Now, Little Bear... How much is half a dozen if you had to define that? Explain it to me like I'm 6. How much is half a dozen?
A half a dozen is 6.
Okay, so Captain has 6 magic buttons, right? But in the song, they only talk about 4 of his buttons. They show what 4 of them do, and they do this for 3 verses. They show the same 4 buttons, and then neither the Wiggles nor the Captain address what the other 2 buttons are.
Maybe they're just like decorative buttons that don't
know.
do anything.
Well,
and they're just like the ones at the very bottom, you know, that like nobody really pays attention to.
Well, they should say that. And the other thing that bothers me too is nobody like in the YouTube comments or on Reddit or any of the dark web forums that I was on were talking about the Wiggles buttons.
I'm sure you were on the dark web forums about those.
Yeah, dude, it's like a whole sub community. You know, none of the, like, I even sent a piece of mail to the Wiggles fan club. And
Did you really?
Yeah. Dude, this is,
I mean, I don't know why I'm asking. I'm sure you did.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, I got an honorary patch for my Wiggles tattoo last year. And after I sent a letter to them, I got nothing in return. It's the first time the Wiggles, it's like the Knights Templar. I'm like, did you know that you can call the Knights Templar?
Wait, like call them on the phone?
Yeah, you can talk to the Knights Templar, but I can't get a hold of the Wiggles. What's up with that?
Oh man, they're a busy group though. You know, they're touring the world.
Yeah, dude, they're melting. They're
educating
melting.
the kids.
They're educating them wrong. This is why America's falling apart. Because we're getting overseas education. This is why Betsy DeVos is the Secretary of Education. Everything is wrong. Everything is bad because of the Wiggles.
Thanks a lot, Australia.
The Wiggles are why Donald Trump got elected, because they're fucking educating Americans wrong. Everybody thinks that half a dozen is 4. That's why when I go to a bakery to get a baker's dozen, they never give me the right fucking amount of shit. And
what is a baker's dozen, Max?
13.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Which is wrong too, because it's supposed to a dozen is 12. Can we just
a baker's dozen is 13 because a baker back in the day got 13 just in case they dropped an egg.
Well, what age demographic are we educating now?
Everyone.
We don't know because we can't check our analytics.
Oh,
that's super fun.
Thanks a lot, iTunes
and Google Play. We were trying to check our analytics earlier to see, how our show is doing, and apparently that's like the most unreasonable request to make that's even more unreasonable than trying to get in touch with the Wiggles.
Yeah, I mean, good luck trying to find any type of information on your if you are a fellow podcaster and you have figured out how to find your analytics on iTunes. Drop us a line. We would love to hear it.
If you're not a fellow podcaster and you just want to say something, drop us a line.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it anyway.
We're trying to fill up some minutes. I don't know. This Wiggles thing is just burning me up. I wanted to kind of put it out into the ethosphere of people that our show reaches. And if anybody has any answers for me, please. Me and Little Bear here are dying over this. I can't keep living like this.
You just can't keep living.
Yeah, I mean, what are the other 2 buttons?
They, like I said, man, they're just decorative. They're just there to be there.
That's a theory, though. This is all postulation.
Also, they did 4 buttons because, honestly, like I said, a 4-year-old doesn't even know what a dozen is. And when you say, hey, I got a half a dozen, the kid's going to be like, oh, cool. A dozen. Yeah, all right. I'll fucking don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to get answers to mysteries that I think need to be solved. I think
you're asking the wrong questions here.
Is it... Okay, so I'm asking what are the other 2 buttons, but maybe the question should be, do the Wiggles know what half a dozen is?
Exactly. There you go. You go.
Who exactly are the Wiggles?
Now your compass is pointing in the right direction.
Yeah, who are these 4 Australian bratwursts that have come
Maybe that's
overseas?
why they only said they have 4 buttons.
Oh, shit. So
there's 4 people in the group.
People. How do you know that?
Because you showed me the video like less than 10 minutes ago.
I was trying to catch it as a secret Wiggles fan.
You basically tied me to a chair and did like a Clockwork Orange on me and made me watch these people.
Yeah, I got to get somebody to share the love, and this is why my last 6 girlfriends have broken up with me.
I can see why.
Because of my love for the Wiggles, and I don't see why.
It's a little creepy.
I don't see what's creepy about it. They're an Australian rock band. People like all kinds of rock bands.
Not a rock band.
The Wiggles rock so hard. Are you kidding me? Slipknot tried to get them on tour with them, and the Wiggles were like, you guys are a little soft for us.
Ouch.
Let's just chill. But yeah, I don't know. I could go on and on all day about the Wiggles. Let's talk about something a little more raunchy.
Okay.
A little nasty.
Yeah, real nasty.
I want to talk about piss.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
I want to talk about pee-pee.
A little pee-pee?
Pee-pee. Yeah,
okay.
Little pee-pees.
Oh, I know you. We all know you like little pee-pees already.
Yeah, so something, I don't know, I saw an article about they finally determined on average how much pee is in any public pool at any given time. And
did they say the per average size of the swimming pool?
They did, but numbers get so confusing. What's half a dozen? What's 4? I don't know. I'm still hung up on the Wiggles thing. So yeah, I don't know. There were a bunch of numbers being thrown about. I usually just look for the biggest and go for that because that's how media works. You just take the most extreme and you just throw it out in a headline.
All right, and that's what we're going to do to our listeners right now.
Out of 183,000 liter pool.
Can you convert that to gallons, please? Because we're in America. And we don't use the metric system here.
Out of 20 gallons in a pool.
Great job.
Out of those 20 gallons, like 73,000 liters are piss. I don't know what that ratio is. I assume it's like a 1.4 to 1/13 piss kind of deal. But basically, it's a lot. It's more than I'm comfortable with.
So I'm assuming out of about a 1,500 gallon swimming pool,
I guess
about 15 gallons of that is piss.
I don't really use gallons. The Wiggles have been teaching me about liters, so I'm on that.
Fuck you and your fuck the Wiggles. We're on piss and swimming pools right now. God damn it!
What? That's a lot, right? That's a lot of piss.
That's
way too much.
Quite a bit of piss. But I mean, can we just be adults about this real quick?
I don't know.
Can we grow up for a second?
That's a lot to ask.
Step
of me.
away from the Wiggles. Grow the fuck up for a second. This is adult talk now. This is adult time. Pick up your beer. Let's be men about this. Grown men.
Let's be men about the pee-pee.
Grown men.
Yeah.
Pee is sterile. Okay? Can we all just get that?
Yeah, we know.
Can we get that out there right now? There's nothing.
Pee.
You don't get sick from pee. There's nothing dirty about it. Yeah. No one wants to get pissed on. Even other animals don't want to get pissed on.
There are people who like to get pissed on.
Baby Hands.
President Baby Hands himself has decreed a law that said that you're not allowed to make fun of anybody if they like getting showered with that sweet, sweet gold.
Golden showers.
Yeah.
But I digress. Pee is, it's sterile. It's clean.
It's liquid.
So it's not really harming anybody. It's just, it's the fact that gross, you peed in the pool.
Okay, it's not even that. Okay, let me cut in here.
But I mean, if we're talking about public pools here for a second, can we just talk about the amount of straight up chlorine that is in a public pool? Like, you can smell a public pool from like 5 blocks away.
It's basically chlorine. With it's more chlorine in piss than it is water.
Exactly. So basically, you're swimming in chlorine and piss, which is like almost the perfect combination to make mustard gas.
Yeah.
So basically, you're basically trying to kill a quarter of the population that comes to the public pool.
Have you seen the people
that
go to public pools in the summertime though? They kind of deserve to get the ass.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I watched It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, we know.
I've seen the public pool demographic.
We know the kinds of people. But can I just say one thing about piss, even though it's sterile and everything?
Let's hear it.
It's dirty. I don't like it. Like here's the thing too, is like when you're in like a pool with your family, right? Like a pool that's at your house, and you're swimming with like, your little cousins and your nieces and nephews and your sisters and whatever. It's like somebody peed in the pool. It's kind of a given. If there's like 20 people going in and out of the pool, somebody probably pissed. Even old Uncle Frank, who's like 35 and's got his shit together.
Dude. Yeah, it's a given.
In the pool. But it's like, that's even like a little okay, because it's like, I know you, we're family, we can share our fluids, like our piss and everything.
Well, the DNA is the same.
But when you just like throw it out into the public and make it like a whose line is it anyway of piss, that's way too much anonymity for me.
Just a grab bag of piss.
Yeah, I just can't handle that. That's like
speaking of, have you seen those the pools, the bar pools?
Well, the swim up bars?
Yeah, swim up bars.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay because I'm drunk.
Oh, so now it's okay because you're drunk.
Yeah, but if I'm stone cold sober and I'm just trying to relax on a hot day, the last thing I want to think about is that little shit. And you know how much I hate fucking kids. Like,
so you're okay with the fact that someone can overserve you, and you can sit at a bar for like 2 hours, and everyone else besides you is watching. So they're looking at you and they're like, this motherfucker right here has been drinking for 2 hours and he hasn't left the pool.
Yeah.
You know why? Because he's just been pissing in the pool.
Yeah.
That's why. There's no reason to leave.
Yeah.
You're in a giant toilet.
Yeah.
And everybody knows it.
But when it's other people's,
you're okay with that.
When it's other people's, it's dirty.
Dirty.
It's dirty. I don't like it. My piss is clean. I know what's going in my body. I don't know what's in anybody. You know what's in everybody else's body?
Cocaine, heroin.
Trash. My body is a temple. It's a chapel. It is like the Sistine Chapel. It's pristine because there's only
Pristine
16.
like the Sistine.
It's pristine like the Sistine because there's only 16 baby carrots in there. I keep my shit tight. I keep it on lock. I have the body of a god. Everything runs at its highest possible function.
All right. Let me just put a disclaimer out for those people at home. Max does not have the body of a god.
Kidding me? Look at this, man. You hear that sound? That is rock hard ab. Yes, one ab. My abs have formed into one mega ab, and it is now just one hard muscle on the center of my belly.
All right.
But back to piss.
Yeah.
It's dirty.
Okay.
It's gross. It's bad, and it's not fun to be in.
Well, I don't think anyone really likes to like purposely be in it unless I mean, okay, all sexual things aside, let's just put that aside.
Okay.
Put a
right.
pin in it.
Okay.
Set it aside. All that aside, no one likes to really be pissed on. Like, I mean, if I'm at like say I go out to a bar, right?
Okay.
I'm like in the bathroom, standing at a urinal.
Yeah. You get a little
I'm going.
splashback.
If I get a little splashback from myself, I'm like, okay, yeah. I'm like, oh, fuck, man. But I'm not going to be like, gross. Oh, fucking gross, right? It's like, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
It's your own piss. Like, and plus, it's like, it's a little splashback. Fucking wash your hands.
Yeah.
Wipe it off. No big deal. Deal with it.
MBD.
But seriously, like, if someone else were to just, like, stand next to me and turn and just start going, like, fire hosing me, right? I'd be like,
head to
what
toe.
the fuck? You know, like, of course, you'd be offended. You'd be like, dude,
it's offensive. That's
don't
one of the reasons
pee on me.
That's one of the reasons I do not use public restrooms. Everybody looks at me like I'm crazy.
You're terrified that a man is just going to turn around and start fire hosing you?
Look, what's the motto of the Boy Scouts?
Always be prepared.
And I'm prepared to get pissed on. And I'm prepared by avoiding that situation
What
entirely.
happened? I want to know what happened to Max to make you always be prepared to be pissed on.
Dude,
It's like you're wearing a raincoat every time you go in the fucking bathroom or
no.
something?
So basically, I keep like grocery. So you know, when you go shopping, you can keep like the grocery bags for like garbage or whatever around your house, right?
Yeah,
Reuse,
always keep them in my
reuse,
car.
reduce,
It's
recycle.
fantastic.
Yeah. So what I do is I'll like line my pants, the inside of them, with garbage bags whenever I go out, and then before I enter a restroom, I'll just inside out them, and that way, like if I get pee, it just slides right off.
That's what that crinkling sound is
Yeah.
every time we've gone out.
Yeah, it's just my preparation. I mean, 'cause
I just thought you always wore diapers. I mean, I didn't want to bring it up to be rude, but now
No.
that you bring it up,
I learned how to potty from the Wiggles.
well, that
Wiggles
makes
taught me
sense.
everything.
That totally makes sense now.
But I mean, if you think about it, you should always be prepared to be pissed on.
Dude,
That's the world I'm living in. You want to talk about being an adult?
Fucked up world.
You
man.
want to talk about being an adult, being in the real grown-up world? I'm a man who walks around like, I don't know if you remember, the other day you patted me on the shoulder and I jumped like 10 feet in the air.
Yeah,
That's because I thought it was piss hitting my shoulder.
Wow.
I am always ready. I am always prepared. I am always on the lookout for that big pee.
I have never met anyone more terrified of urine than you.
It's not that I'm terrified of it. It's just dirty.
You seem pretty scared of it.
I'm not gonna like cry about it, but I'm just going to avoid it for the rest of my life.
All right, then.
Well, on that note, I think maybe we should take a quick break.
Yeah.
Center ourselves, maybe get off such dirty topics.
Sounds good.
All right. We'll see you guys at the break.
Hey,
Hey,
are you listening to us on YouTube right now?
I think so.
Well, you shouldn't be. Or wait, you should, actually.
Yeah.
But maybe you should go outside.
What's out there?
The world. But also, you can listen to us on the go.
Really?
With
Where?
iTunes.
iTunes.
Google Play.
Google Play.
And Stitcher.
Wow, those all sound amazing. Where could I find the links to those really special things that you just said?
You can find all those links on our website.
You have a website?
www.DaWiggles.com. dishgodscast.com.
Wow, that URL is very short and very easy to type in on my keyboard. I'm typing it in right now as we speak.
As you should be.
Wow,
Also,
there's links to all 3 of those platforms on the website. This website is so clean and easy to use and fun. I'm making it my homepage.
as it always should be, you should tell your friends to make it their homepage as well.
I will.
Also, hey, are you interested in advertising with us?
Yes, I am. I have an ad spot about the Wiggles that I need to constantly push out.
That's fantastic. We would love to talk about the Wiggles as long as they paid us for it. And remember, our ad spots start as low as $5.
$5? Is that US?
US dollars.
Wow, that's great. You know who's got the kind of money?
Who's that?
Cramblin'.
Yeah, buddy.
Where can I contact you for an advertisement?
dishgodshow@gmail.com.
Wow. Could I also contact you on your website since it's already on my homepage?
Absolutely. Go there. We have a contact button. Just touch that and it'll take you right to our email.
That is so convenient and easy to use. Thank you so much for setting it up like that.
Hey, man, you're welcome.
Awesome. Do we have more of the show left?
We do. Let's get back to it.
Let's do it.
Hey, Max.
What's up, little bear?
I got to talk to you for a second.
On the mic?
Yeah, on the mic.
Wow.
I got
serious.
I got some beef, man.
You got beef? With who?
Yeah. It is the longest running one-sided beef that we've had on this show
Oh no.
so far.
You're
And
not-
I think
you're
you
not talking
already
about-
know who we're talking or who I'm talking about.
I think I know who you're talking about. Lay it on me. Lay it on the people.
Smash Mouth.
The mouth.
The mouth.
They're back at it again.
The big mouth.
Yeah. What do they do? What do they do this time?
Well, so far they've just pretty much just kind of been ignoring us on all social media.
Yeah, absolutely.
It kind of hurts.
It
you know?
does.
It does.
Considering
we've
the
been
people
showing
that
them love.
Considering the people that they respond to, and considering like how we've reached out to them, it's a little insulting.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's like a big slap in the face. You know, we've
Big
been
piss
really
in the mouth.
professional. Yeah, it is. They're pissing in our mouth right now. It's, you know, we've been pretty professional,
Polite
polite,
as we are.
and they, you know, they don't respond to us, but yet they will respond to people being like, yo, I just jacked off the fucking all-star, man. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, that's great, dude. Yo, I just came in this girl's face to fucking walking on the sun. They'd be
And
like,
then it's walking no G.
yo, it's walking without a G. Oh, thanks, Smash Mouth. I didn't realize that. But anyway,
Yeah, I digress.
I digress. My good friend Max here, he put together an amazing orchestral version of
All Star. It's my magnum opus. What started out as, I think we actually dropped it on the show that we talked about it, like way back in the day. We just were like, oh, how funny would it be if that happened? And the thought just stuck in my head and I couldn't get it out. So, yeah, I guess let's drop in a clip.
Yeah, let's hear a small segment.
So much to do, so much to see, so much more music in the back streets. You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't grow. Fade out, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play.
That's just the tip of the fucking iceberg.
Wow,
bitch.
dude. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, like I said, magnum opus, no holds barred, and I remixed that shit. So here's what we're gonna do. This is a little test because I did
Okay.
this of my own volition with nothing else in my heart but love for Smash Mouth. Here's what we're going to do with this orchestral remix. We are going to upload it onto our SoundCloud page. Yes, we have a SoundCloud. We don't use it. Who gives a shit? We're putting it on our SoundCloud. We're going to tweet at Smash Mouth with one final tweet. This is the big epic battle of the Smash Mouth saga. And we will finally lay to rest this beef.
Really?
I think we have to. This is, look,
You think so?
if they don't pay attention to it, or a full-on like 45-piece, and I know it's not a lot, but like a 45-piece orchestral remix by some dudes in a fucking apartment who run a podcast, if they're not even willing to give that a glance, I don't know what else to do.
You know, maybe we should be like, hey, at what's his name?
Steve Harvey?
Yeah, Steve Harwell.
Yeah.
No, Harvey.
Yeah, Harvey. We had it right the first time.
Steve Harvey.
Yeah. Guy with
yo.
the chin strap beard and the
Guy Fieri. Hey, at Guy Fieri. Yo, dude, I was totally whacking off while I made this like 45-piece classical,
orchestral remix.
Yeah, of Walking on the Sun. Then
It's All-Star.
Oh yeah.
You're so lost in the Smash Mouth world.
Dude, I just got Smash Mouth on the brain, man. I can't right now.
It's like your Wiggles.
Yeah.
They just take over your life.
But anyway, at Smash Mouth, we got nothing but love. I know we've been a little hard on you.
I wouldn't say nothing but love. It's more of a
it's like
a
yo,
need.
We've been like kids that have been ignored.
Yeah.
I look at it that way. Like
we need attention.
Yeah, we're lashing out because we need attention.
We have an attention deficit, and I need that to be remedied.
We've been seeing you give. Mom
Other
and dad
people-
have been giving all the other kids in the house attention, and we've
all
been
the other
neglected.
kids are shitheads, and we've been sitting there perfect.
Yeah.
We cleaned our room, we washed the dishes,
We sit there,
walked the
we
dog.
cross our legs when we sit. We
Yeah.
put the napkin in our lap when we're at the table.
Yeah, we do everything right, and we get totally ignored. So this is what I'm proposing. I'm just saying, that All-Star remix. I'm not one to toot my own horn. That shit's dope. So we're gonna put it up on SoundCloud. We're gonna send it out to them. If they're not even willing to look at it and say good shit, I'm considering it a closed case.
Will you consider not listening to Smash Mouth anymore? Supporting any of their projects?
Well, I mean, I did already drop a whole hundy on their acoustic remake.
Ooh.
But yeah, I think, but it's not even like.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that, Smash Mouth? We are paying fans now.
Yeah, we are paying customers of your music.
Literally
and,
paying customers. We're not just some shitheads trying to get at
Yeah.
you. We are literally paying
and we
fans.
took free time out of our busy lives to write a whole score to your song. So, yeah, I think if they don't reach out to us, I'm just going to consider it dead, because I think the pain of listening to Smash Mouth would be too great, knowing that they had just looked at our names and ignored us.
Yeah, I feel that, man.
It's the ultimate rejection.
You know what? Speaking of being ignored,
Oh, man.
I got something to talk to you about, Max.
All right.
Religion.
Oh.
You want to talk about being ignored? Just look at the big man upstairs.
All right, let's get
say
into
no
it.
more.
Yeah, you got beef with God now?
I think a lot of people got beef with God.
Well, yeah,
Considering he doesn't exist, yeah.
dropping facts now.
Yeah, there is no God. There is no gods, and there is no God.
So, I mean, I don't know. I've been trying to get in touch with my spiritual side lately, kind of
Okay.
like, Creator, Mana, Mother Earth, that whole kind of granola thing. But, like, you don't legit believe in any, like, creative force in the universe.
As in a singular being that created everything.
Well, let's talk about the concept of God, because this is something that I kind of used to wrestle with. I don't really think about it that often. Like, I don't know. To me, the concept of God is just like, it's like the, and that's the best way I can describe it. It's like the thing, and I don't know if it's a being, if it's an entity. I don't know, but it's like a force, maybe it's the force. I don't know, but God is like, it's such a weird concept for me. It's definitely not a dude in a robe. Let me just say that.
Oh, of course.
I'm totally with you on board there, but like, like there's like nothing.
Are you speaking of an afterlife? Because
I think
this whole thing is
afterlife-
kind of convoluted right now. Let's
Yeah,
lay
well,
out some.
let's-
Let's lay some the groundwork, and let's
Yeah.
build from there. So
Okay.
let's step one. What are you talking about? Are you talking about God? Are you talking about an entity, like a life force that created something, or what?
I think it's more of just
I don't want to confuse
Yeah.
our listeners.
I think it's more of just like a force. And I'll use the force because I'm,
A big Star Wars nerd.
Yeah. It's like, I don't think it's a being. I don't think it's a conscious thing, but I think it's just like a force, like an energy that just sort of exists.
Yeah. So I am totally on board with you.
Okay.
Right there. I do.
Okay.
Okay. So let me put it to you this way. I have a tattoo on my left arm.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a quote from Hunter S. Thompson.
Nice.
It says, "All energy flows according to the whims of the great magnet." The great magnet, to me, being, like you said,
Just the force.
it is that force, the energy amongst the universe that we all flow to, whether you're cognizant of it or not.
Yeah.
You know, you're going towards a certain direction in your life. That's
Right
the
on.
magnet pulling you.
Yeah.
You know?
Right on. Yeah, I can get down with that. I mean, it's so hard. Like I've studied other religions, and it's really hard for me to get behind the idea of like a god or an entity of like I don't know, like if you ever studied like Wicca, and I don't know. I guess we're okay. Disclaimer, we're going to get into bashing pretty much every religion here.
Yep.
And don't get me wrong, this isn't meant to make you feel like bad about your beliefs.
No, we're not attacking anybody here.
We're not attacking you, we're attacking your beliefs.
Yeah. So let's just get this straight. You know, you as a person may be great, but what you study, we don't agree with. Let's just put it that way. I feel like that's a very professional way of putting it. We don't agree with what you study, but we will study it
And respect it.
and respect the studies of it.
Yeah.
But we don't agree with it.
I don't know about all that. Like I'm always down to study it. I just don't really practice it.
Yeah, that's what what I said.
You said study.
No, I said we study it. We just don't agree with it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to clarify a little bit more because we're on some pretty like thin ice here. We got to tread very lightly.
Yeah, and you're stomping on it right now.
No, I mean, you know, it's just like I've never been a big religion guy. I mean, I don't know about you. I was raised in a pretty religious household.
Yeah, I grew up in we went to a non-denominational, quote unquote, church. But yeah,
You went to Catholic school, right?
No, not Catholic. It was a Christian. It was a non-denominational school.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty. The teachers there were pretty hardcore.
Yeah, dude, it's insane. I can't do that whole scene.
Yeah, me either. I'm not down with that. Yeah. The one thing that gets me about the Christian / Catholic religion, I mean, they're regardless of how the major differences, obviously, you know, in certain practices that they have, but the one thing that gets me is how they say that we were created in God's image, you know, in his image, right?
Yeah.
Quote unquote. So is that in all essence, right?
Yeah.
We are created body, soul, and mind.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I would have to assume that's all encompassing.
Yeah, I guess.
So if he created us to be just like him, why is God punishing us for acting just like him?
Yeah, I mean that's
pretty fucking like egomaniacal.
That's kind of like the age-old thing of like, you know, if God is all powerful, why does he allow like sin into the world? You know, it's
which leads everyone or most people to believe there is no God.
Yeah,
it's obviously. I mean, you don't have to tell me it's fucking made up.
Well, I mean, I had quite many arguments with my parents about this because growing up, I had these questions, and I was just like, you know, why doesn't God just destroy the devil? And it would just be like, oh, well, because then there'd be no free will, and then you would choose, and you have to go to heaven to choose. And it's like, I don't know, it'd be pretty dope if like my life got to be peaceful on earth and after. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Like
God.
Like, I don't know about you, but like if I had that power, I'd hook it up for you.
Yeah.
Like
instead, you know what God did? He was like,
war,
dude.
famine.
He's like, yo, man, I told you not to eat from that tree, son. So you know what? For the rest of eternity, all of your kids are gonna have to fucking suffer for what you did.
Didn't he tell a guy to kill his son?
He did. He's told Abraham, I believe it was.
That's like the joke that went too far. God's like, hey Abraham, you know what you should do? You should
Totally.
fucking kill
You
your
should
kid.
totally kill your son.
And then like God's like, all right, I'll check you later. And he went out. And he drove his Lambo down to the store. He did some shit.
Came
he
back
came
and he was
back,
like-
and Abraham's like about to kill his kid. He's like, whoa, Abraham, I was kidding. It was a test.
JK.
Yeah, and then Abraham's just like, oh, hey Billy, I was just kidding with you. You know, God, that guy's a
I
kidder.
did it for the lol, son.
Like, holy shit. Like, I kind of want to read the Bible now just to see how much, like, weird, crazy fucked
There's a
shit's
lot of
in
weird,
there.
crazy shit in there.
Like-
you would not be.
How about that thing with the burning bush?
Yeah. So can we just talk about the fact that back in the day, a lot of the prophets and, you know, so I have to say this kind of goes on two topics here.
Okay.
One, the prophets were either really high, you know, on God knows what, whether it be
God knows.
God knows what, on either some straight up herb,
Peyote,
mescaline,
ayahuasca,
who knows what they
that
were on,
dank kush.
right? Hash. They had some
Yeah.
fucking dank
That
ass
was
hash.
the shit.
Yeah,
If I
back
could
in the
time
day,
travel, I
man.
would only go back there just so I could smoke weed.
Yeah, dude, they had some dank hash back in
Yeah.
the day. They made that pristine, and they even talk about it. Fuck you if you don't believe it. They talk about smoking some dank ass hash in the Bible.
Yeah, maybe we should start reading the Bible so we can drop Bible facts.
Okay, so not to mention that these prophets were high as shit
Yeah.
when they wrote some of these books. I forgot where I was going.
Well, I'll help you find it. I mean, do you think that Jesus Christ was a real person?
Jesus Christ, I believe a person did exist.
Okay.
But was he a deity? Did he possess
Yeah.
powers? No.
Yeah, he was just a magician.
Yeah, or he was just some person with a title bestowed upon him
Yeah.
to help carry, you know, like it's kind of like when just think of it like a party, you know, like a political party is rising, right?
Yeah.
You need a figurehead. So Jesus Christ was the figurehead.
Yeah,
Exactly.
He's the Son
you know?
of God. I mean, if you really think about it, and I've said this for probably millennias at this point. Jesus Christ, if anybody came out today and was like, "Hey, just so you know, I'm the Son of God. My mom gave virgin birth." And yeah, if you just accept me into your heart as the Lord and Savior of your whole life, and you devote all of your time, money, and energy to me, when you die, you get to go to a really cool place in the clouds and hang out with all your friends and family. But if you don't, then you're going to be poked by a bad man in hell. And then it's like, if you said that now, you would be called insane and a cult leader.
Can I just stop you for a second right there?
Yeah. But
Great idea, by the way. No one actually would probably listen to you today.
Yeah.
If you came out and said that.
Yeah.
But also on that note, in the Old Testament, in the Bible, we're talking about the Christian Bible here for people that don't know what we're talking about at home. The Christian Bible in the Old Testament makes no reference to hell whatsoever. Hell didn't exist in the Old Testament because for those listening at home that aren't very religiously savvy, the Old Testament is based largely off the Jewish Torah. So it makes no reference because the Jewish religion really has no afterlife.
Yeah.
They have no concept of an afterlife. So it's basically based largely off of that. So there is no reference of hell.
Yeah.
Hell only comes in later in the New Testament, way later, like towards the end of the book, people, towards the way end of the book. And even then, it's very vague.
Yeah.
It's not, they only mention that Lucifer himself is trapped in a cage, in a fiery cage, with all the other angels that tried to uprise against God.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a fiery pit in a cage in a fiery pit. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, the most powerful being in the universe, and that was all I could come up with.
Yeah.
Let's get creative.
And seriously, and also, can let me just say this.
Yeah.
Angels came first, right?
Yeah, I think so.
They did. Angels were made before men.
Oh, yeah.
So Lucifer got jealous that God wasn't paying enough attention to the angels. He loved us more.
Do you see what happens, Smash Mouth?
Yeah.
Do you see what happens? History repeats itself. All right? So pay attention.
So now we have the angels that were made before man. Mm-hmm. They're getting jealous, or at least a few of them are getting jealous, right? And now we have us made in his image. But angels in all depiction look just
like men.
Like us.
Yeah.
But taller and with wings.
And just like ripped abs.
Yeah, dude. They're fucking always cut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's kind of weird too, right? That like angels are buff. Like if you're in heaven, you don't really need to be buff. It's like you're just showing off.
I think that's a given though. Like as soon as you go to heaven, you just shed any weight and you just get fucking ripped to shit.
But that's like saying that like, you want to talk about unrealistic body image standards? Let's talk about the bodies of
in
an
heaven.
angel.
There is no body standard.
Yeah, apparently because they all look like fucking Channing Tatum.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's not my idea of a perfect body. I want to be the wiry guy that
I digress though for a minute here. If an angel obviously is a servant of God, right?
Yeah, I believe that is the purpose.
And a servant uprises against his master and says, "Hey, fuck you. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, why should I praise you if you're praising someone that's lower than me?"
Yeah.
Right? Then I don't want to be here anymore. And then they go, "Oh," and then God goes, "Oh, you're going to hell." According to most Christians, right? He says, "Oh, I'm going to create hell and I'll put you there." Yeah. Since in the Old Testament, there's no concept of hell. You know what hell literally was? Do you know where Lucifer was sent? Arizona. He was sent to Earth. Earth is hell. Yeah. That literally okay, so all you Christians that are listening out there.
We have so many Christians.
We are literally on hell. When you say hell on earth, it's earth on earth.
Or hell on hell.
That is where Lucifer was sent. Because when he fell from heaven and he came to the Garden of Eden, that was literally the only location on this planet. Yeah. There was no hell.
Yeah.
There was only heaven and earth. It didn't say in the beginning God made heaven, hell, and earth. He said in the beginning God made heaven and earth.
I never fucking thought about that. That is crazy. I mean, if you really think about it, like they never mention it. It's always just been heaven and earth. And then yeah, I mean, but yeah, going back to like the cult concept, if you think about it, like hell is the perfect incentive for being like, join my shit, worship me, and that way, like when you die, you can either spend eternity like chilling, or you can spend eternity in this bad place.
Yeah, getting raped and fucked up and have your skin peeled off.
And it's just like, I don't know. I think that honestly, like, I don't know, Jesus Christ to me is just like the ultimate fucking prankster. Like he just went with his buddies and he was like, "Hey David, like listen, man, I'm really bad at being a carpenter. I need to get a new gig." And David's like, "You know what, dude? I hate jerking off goats," or whatever it is that the Jews did back in the day. And they were just like, "What can we do where we don't have to work?" And Jesus is like, "I got it.
Got it.
What if
got him?
Like, my mom was a hoe back in the day. She cheated on my dad, said it was virgin birth, whatever the fuck that means. He's like, what if I'm just like, yo, my pops, he's God. I'm the son of him. And everybody believes in that guy anyway, so why don't I just be his son? Do you see anybody else coming to be his son? No. He's like, look at this. I learned this sleight of hand trick where I can turn bread and I can make it look like I turn it into fish. I can turn water into wine. I could easily convince people, you know what, my buddy Craig, who like nobody really remembers around here, let's get him to pretend to be blind. And then I'll cure his blindness.
Spit in his face, and then all of a sudden he can see again.
Yeah, like how crazy would that be?
So with that water and a wine trick, I'll change like 2 glasses I'll swap them out really quick. But when you write the book, make sure you say it was like 50 gallons.
Yeah, he's like, let's get somebody to document this, and they'll just fucking make us sound dope. And like, that's what happened.
200 years later, someone else read it and was like, holy
This Jesus guy
shit.
was so cool.
Does anybody else know about this Jesus character? Next thing you know, fucking Christianity blew the fuck up.
It's pretty insane. Didn't the Da Vinci Code, that movie, I don't know if you saw that, didn't it talk about Jesus having a son and or a dog?
Son, yeah. Jesus, actually, that's a highly debated topic right now in the scientific / religious world.
Probably just religious. Science deals with facts.
Yeah. So they're trying to find the facts in religion.
Yeah.
And which is kind of an ironic concept. But yeah, according to most scholared people, Jesus Christ did have children.
Hi, I'm Greg.
And he did have a wife.
Wow.
He was married. He had children.
How many kids?
I think right now the count is at like 3.
God, just imagine being Jesus'
kid. But the thing is back then, with like the Roman Catholic Church and things like that, and all the other what's considered pious, right?
Yeah.
To have children or to be seen with a woman wasn't considered to be pious.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You can't fornicate with a woman, but they expect you to have children. How the fuck are you supposed to have children if you can't hook up with a woman?
Jesus's kids were probably...
do they expect every woman to have a virgin birth? But if that was the case, then every woman would be a Virgin Mary, now wouldn't she?
Jesus's kids were probably really shitty. It's probably like...
Probably. They're kind of like, yo, my dad's a cop, man, so fuck you, I can get away with anything. Like, my dad's like the son of God, so...
Hey, I'm Cramblin Christ. How are you? Do you need some X? I've got lots.
Yeah, just don't tell my dad, though.
Because he'll tell his dad, and his dad's like God.
I'll totally get sent to hell.
That. Yeah.
For like a half a day, though.
Cramblin does not do well in hell. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of crazy to me. I like the idea more that people are like, I wonder if Jesus had a dog. Let's research that. Like, I'm pretty sure I heard that
dog?
somewhere. Yeah.
Really? Good luck on finding any evidence or any DNA evidence that supports the fact that he had a fucking dog.
Jesus to me seems more like a turtle guy.
A turtle? I say dove. Maybe a falcon. He seems like a falconer.
Nah, he seems like a snake guy to me, which is ironic. I'm just
hey.
getting that. But Jesus seems like the kind of dude where you come over to his place, he'd be like, hey, what's up? He'd have like beads instead of like doors, or he'd have beads to like rooms that don't need beads.
The bead curtain.
Yeah, like you'd walk into his kitchen, you have to go through fucking... It's like, dude, this is really inconvenient. I'm trying to carry fucking soup here. Fuck you and your shit. And you just have a snake in the corner of his living room, and it's like... He's like, it helps with the ladies.
Don't let that thing come near me.
Watch your apples. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I truly believe that Jesus Christ was like the ultimate cult master.
Oh, totally.
If we're going
4,000 years later and we're still here. So
if you're gonna go with the fiction that he existed, then he started the greatest cult in America. And you know what? I want to.
In the world.
Since we're getting,
not just in America.
No, you're right. In the world. Since we're getting hot on this, I want to talk about something that really just rattles me up.
Let's hear it. What is it?
It is the commercialization of Christianity.
Oh, like the 700 Club?
Not even that. Like
televangel priests?
Not even those guys. There is a store in Arizona from where I'm from. Arizona is a pretty heavily Christian state. There's a cult there called Not of This World, and they all drive around with stickers on their cars, and it's very weird and creepy, and everybody there is insane. But there's a store, Berean, that's what it's called. It's called Berean. I don't know if you guys get that anywhere else. I haven't seen one since I left Arizona, but it's basically like a Christian mini mart. And you walk in, and they sell books, they sell pens.
We do have something like that up here in Tacoma, Washington.
Oh, yeah?
It's called Deitman's.
Oh yes, but that's like a used, like little out of the way. I'm talking this place, Bereans is like,
Are they a multi-chain?
at least in Arizona, they're like, I'm trying to find like the best equivalent. They're like a Walgreens for Christianity stuff. Like they're not as big as like a
sickening.
Walmart, but yeah, it's a pretty big store. They've got books. It's like the size of a Barnes and Noble.
That's pretty fucking big. For
Yeah.
all
And-
that Christian
yeah,
swag.
and it's t-shirts, it's jewelry, it's custom pens, it's movies, it's music, it's
I mean, is that very
scarves.
Christian-like? I mean, honestly, if you think about it, all these Christians that are saying, like, if you look at, like, the 700 Club, right?
Yeah.
And these televangel preachers are like, I can't fly in coach because God doesn't hear our prayers in coach. We need to fly in first class. That is against literally everything the Bible is preaching.
absolutely.
You know?
To
To say, like, for me to be like a devout Christian and try to make money off of the religion that you're pushing, you're literally breaking the very law, the foundation
Yeah.
of the religion. That's like how most popes and cardinals practice their beliefs. They go, "Oh, don't worry. I'll just confess
Yeah.
to X person because they're closer to God than I am, and I'll be forgiven." No, it's, you know what? Fuck you, dude. You're going against the very foundation of your own religion to make $1, which your own religion says, don't fucking do that. Don't do that.
I just remember studying a religion. I can't remember what it was. It was some Eastern religion, though. It might have been something. And it talked about how, like, their songs, their music is sacred. And how it's like it might have even been Judaism, but it was like you don't perform those songs outside of the holy church that you are
like,
supposed to perform
you
them
only
in.
do that in temple.
Yeah. And then like when I heard about that, and then it was like I look at like there's like Christian radio stations, there's like Christian television stations, there's like Christian music that they're hawking on the street is like real music that you're supposed to listen to with your ears. And it's like, why isn't this more sacred? Why, and it's like you don't see Buddhists being like, I mean, okay, there is a Jewish guy who does music and he kind of tries to make it more Jewish, but you don't see like most.
Yeshin Mahwao.
No, his name's Matis Yahoo.
Oh, yeah.
But he's a chill guy.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Yeah, he's cool.
No beef against
yeah,
you.
no
man.
beef. It's not about
No
it.
beef.
But you don't see like a lot of like how many Buddhist artists can you name that perform like Buddhist music? And they're like, we do this to worship.
0.
Yeah, and it's just like it's a cheap whorish thing that Christianity is like, hey, you know what? Like, doesn't Tim McGraw look really good? Like, it's Christian.
He
Here's
prays to God. He prays to Jesus.
Here's a cross that you can buy for $30. It's weird to me. It's
Yeah.
like if you
It
want me
really
to, like,
is.
if you truly believe in this whole concept, why can't I just get a Bible?
Dude, that was the very basis. That was the foundation of what they were saying is
Just spread the
you
word.
don't need anything.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Jesus Christ himself in the book was doing. He literally turned tables over. He kicked merchants out. He fucking destroyed like tax collectors'
Yeah.
money, like out of all that stuff to be like, you know what? We don't need that. All we need is the spoken word. We just need word out there. We don't need money. You don't need these. You don't need anything. But except now we have fucking what's his white ass face on the fucking 700 Club saying that he can't pray in second class because basically he's saying he doesn't want to be with the chaste and the poor and the diseased, the unforgiven,
hungry.
all the whores, whatever else, all the people that he's
Sinners.
supposed to be out there praying for, the people he's supposed to be there laying hands on and trying to,
Preach
preach and
Church.
whatever. he doesn't want to be with them because he thinks he's above them. He needs to be in the first class. He needs to be away from all the dirt, all the poor. No, your religion literally dictates you to be amongst them, to be with them, you piece of shit.
Well, on that note, I think we're going to call it an episode.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for listening to our show. This has been Dish Gods. You can find us on YouTube, on iTunes, on Google Play, and on Stitcher, as well as Twitter. You can find all of those links at our website at dishgodscast.com. Stop by and drop us a line. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to talk to you. You can also email us at dishgodshow@gmail.com. Yeah, any closing thoughts, Little Bear?
No, just everyone have a good night, you know?
Yeah, have a good night.
We said some harsh things about religion, but you know what? We love you all.
Yeah, we'll come nice next week. We'll try to get an angle for next week that's like real chill.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening, and we will see you guys next time.
Laters.